amazed and great and creative ones who have always had something really powerful. Here we are at the gardens. We set up a weed control system, and we have taken some few observations into consideration. And we can assure you that if things are not under control, you would have all things just become something and you blame it on someone. But you have to know what is happening, activity that takes place here, the same space trend that is also working elsewhere, and you would need to observe all things critically with a critical. Here, I'll be taking a few instances to do some clearance because this time we are only doing what clearance, and this clearance won't be like complete clearance. We are just doing what brush up. That is how it's described as what brush up. So waiting through a little and selective, and even at this time you do even weed selection. You don't just cut off every every weed or kind of thing. So I'm doing all the unwanted ones. There are some which will only grow at all times. So you have to cut those things off. But selecting also, there are other proteins that you cannot cut off because you have to leave it later because they provide some kind of energy. They are some clear ones. So I'm not supposed to weigh this to the ground or wait to touch the very soil because if the land on which you are operating or producing foodstuff, if you know the nature of it, if it is rocky, sandy, or clay, all of that, you don't need any book to prove it. It is a spirit that will tell you. And with the eyes, you shall know what I'm saying. So just little of this, few activities. We just have to understand what it is. And things that take place at the gardens where we produce light or food, not as somebody stand the places of churches and other shrines and be talking. At the end, whatever they worship or serve does not provide them with the food they eat. They will still come back to someone's farms or their enemy, except the ones who are able to produce the food of their own hand. And still, we have other things happening. You can hear from the background many other things taking place. I don't think I have to be someone after being a manager and building nations. I shouldn't be the same person waiting. Because if I'm the angel, you will never wish that I would. But when it comes to practical example, building a nation did not come out of just math, but with the map and power. And there the hand goes with it. So that you know when I am instructing and when I'm leading and when I retract or just sit back and just allow you to do things and observe out of your prayer, relationship, friendship, and all things, when you apply it on the field, you would come to a realization the best fruits that you are producing. There you'll find it. I told people I'm not just come to wait, I'm come to build. And look, if you find out from me things that you don't see, things that you don't hear, and those things that I made available to you on the screen, I can assure you, there's so much you cannot contain. The wise one will be the only ones to carry me away. I'm telling you. Because there will be nobody who claims to be flesh. No, you won't do that. Because I'm not a family. I'm a great host of kingdom. So I'm doing this only for you to see. And this you cannot throw away because my tongue is not of the devil. And I show you what is approved of by the Holy Spirit of the Lord of heaven. So know that when you just step in such places and then you said, oh, wait to touch the soil or ground. No, you have to know there is something you must do. If I do this and you think it's not satisfying enough, you haven't asked the Lord why I'm doing that. You must know that you cannot leave the sun or the earth or the soil exposed so much to the what? The soil to vaporize the things that the plants need. And that will cause it to disappear. Now, if you are not this person who weed and do your own watering, you will not understand also. So let there be understanding when you see things happening and you only have to ask the Lord, what is happening? What are we doing? I told people they shouldn't expect that I'm coming to win, or that they think the devil has won a battle before them, or that the devil contracted them to do what they are, as in their own understanding, thinking it is. But I told them really that not that they should expect or think that I'm coming to win, or that I'm coming to be a farmer in their thinking or understanding. I am already what I am. So doing this is as you can see and hear. If you don't know he who is on the shot, it will make you like, who is this? Are we in the church? If there was no place pulled down, if there was no wickedness destroyed and established a house over that you cannot build and live inside. And this also leads to what? Few other people who build but can't live or sleep in that room because of spirituality. Somebody wishes to look at this. I'm not in the person of a tree or wood, but what it see around me, the names will tell you that it's not just a name. Heavens will tell you what they are. They have to their own kind of life purpose and birth. So I'm doing the best that you may know the best comes from what? Who really talks about the best? I won't throw into this shade of anything. Like to say that I'm doing the right thing and I'm telling you on the other side what I'm doing is the other way around. So that I do not show you that if I have to wait, I make you aware that you are to do same so that you won't be dependent so much on my good or need. Or mine will be used in what? Supplying my needs. For the Lord I serve is not a Lord you know. That is holiness, virginity, and power, the Spirit of the Lord. But I am the person, myself. I discern myself once again as living life, not dead. I'm never someone's image. But I can display it all according to what you think it, that you wanted to look at. And my screen or on the channel, you see many different pictures and form, and even the nose or mouth or lip or the forehead, everything facial is, all of that differences. This alone makes it what you think, not but what the Lord expects. As I'm doing this, it's covered in the heavens, the rings. For if you don't do the right thing, you never see the things of the Lord. I'm telling you, you can boast, but later you find yourself having all things destroyed. Like it happened in the scripture between Abimelech, a king and ruler, who wanted to take the wife of someone's sister. You know what? And the Lord showing him vision. So if Abimelech was not a good person that the Lord established as a king, even though he was not in the line to make it taste, but Abimelech was a ruler and a king. But the Lord showing a vision that he shouldn't touch that woman. For that woman who he intended doing these things to is of a prophet. And you don't know a prophet. That's why you touch things by heart. Most of you. Every woman you look at in the eye, you think you have it. No, I can have all of them, but selectively, I will not add every woman. No, it's just going to be things the Lord approves of. But you even have the foundation or the fundamentals. You don't have what is of the Lord. How can you receive of the Lord? If you don't have anything of the Lord, you cannot turn it into the Lord to receive of the Lord what He has caused or done. Beautifully, the Lord will not fail. For you to think you are a rider or a driver, think so well that what I'm doing is what feed you. After driving and riding, you don't depend on the petrol or the petrol or the fueling of the diesel. You would after that eat. Remember that the Lord has always been this. He said, He will not create a man that is full, but He will make that person look like He's the Lord or operate like He's the Lord. It won't be when I need it before I go for the head. I have it already. I'm not that thing they describe as, not even try to say the head and not the tail. I'm not described that. I know what it means. Yeah, because I am not going to be that thing which do not have the brain. Things you think an excellent person would have done, they don't have it. It's not approved of the Lord. Because if you can prove heaven and the universe, and you can say that if I'm not broadcasting light, you will notice this. So on every channel that I establish, remember, you only find things of what? Farm, agriculture, life-giving, healing, and all of that. I'm not showing you a desert. That's why I say I'm not showing any Muslim that they should go anywhere, or I'm not converting anybody to be a Muslim or Christian. or a Christianity. I'm not converting anyone, or I'm not converting someone to also become what? An idolater or any shrines of uncleanness. But what it is, as it is possible or impossible in me, that I say, I am in my kingdom. And the kingdom is this that ruleth the world, is spirit. I am. So I'm showing you how we can live as a virgin in the camp of a virgin. If you are not an emperor, how can you make a path even through the wilderness or have an estate established? If I do the right thing, the sun or the Scottish sun is gone. And if you do an evil thing, then the sun is scorching. That's why most people in Africa, they didn't know that it is their evil things that make the sun scorch them. They think it is where they are. No, it isn't where you are located. But that the Lord has been able to even transform the desert place into what? Plants and gardens. Then what makes you the ones who live in the beginning over there? What makes them lack knowledge? You go and ask yourself. Go and ask. From the beginning and that middle age and the classical era and now, you go and look at it. Now we are not saying that it is a historical or it's a history when we have the Christ appear or the angel leave that we only see it as text or only the witness who was there bore witness in writing. No, this time live on the shot and visions are live right before you. They are not dead things. We show you what is life. So on my channel, there's nothing dead over there. If I do not convey at least one of the things to the best, you tell me that I spoil all things only because you approve of what you like and not what I like. Doing the right thing. Who will show you the right thing? Unless that person be a righteous person. Nobody that is blind can show the path to anywhere. For you can see, but where you are going is not the right place. And the Spirit is this that knoweth all things, or would give you out in time what you need, the information. So let my voice be heard. And the Spirit of the Lord control it. I keep up activities of holiness. Let it not fail. Thank you. I'll be right back. You know what I'm doing? This is it. I am without Bible or Quran, but what? Sword. Here. Every time, remember, Christ said, thinking not that he has come to send to peace or peace to the world, but sword. Here is the sword. What is the work of the sword now? This you must question yourself. Now, if you were lazy and you think Christ was going to send peace or that he was coming to feed you because you are lazy, he says, no, I'm showing you work. Here. And this same thing function everywhere. That's authority. Here.